what's up? Check out this blunt and honest review from the Jock and Nerd Podcast. That's us. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the jock.
He's the nerd.
And he's the rug boy.
What's up, guys?
Jock and Nerd. Okay, fellas, let's get into this week's review. We will be discussing Project Hail Mary. Here's your spoilers.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
This one from Amazon/MGM, looking for their first hit movie. They put out a couple of clunkers. Directed by Phil Lord, Chris Miller, who are best known for directing the Lego Movie, the 21 Jump Streets. They're also best known for being fired from Solo by Kathleen Kennedy, and written by Drew Goddard, based on the 2021 Andy Weir novel. Drew Goddard also wrote The Martian, another Andy Weir novel, also wrote on Netflix's Daredevil, and a bunch of cool things. I like Drew Goddard. On the Rotten Tomatoes currently, the movie is sitting at 94%. Tomato meter with the critics, 96%. Popcorn meter with the audience. Metacritic has it at a 77 Metascore, an 8.4 universal score. Anthony, what's the letterbox there?
I think it was like 4.4.
Holy shit.
It is 4.4. Is it 4.4?
That is unusually high for a letterbox, isn't it?
4.4. Yeah, it was like immediately when people were able to start ranking it, it jumped up to like on the top 500 letterboxed movies of all time.
Damn. So the score is already glowing. I believe this is Ryan Gosling's like highest rated movie. Let's talk about the box office. The movie budget is $200 million. There are places saying it's $248, but I think they got like $48 million in tax credits. So $200 million. How does it do? Is Amazon MGM happy? They should be, because it opens to $80 million domestic.
Oh, shit.
Adds another $60 million international for $140 million global opening. That is the biggest opening of the year, 2026. The best ever March opening for a non-franchise movie. The second best ever opening for a non-franchise, non-sequel movie just behind Oppenheimer. The best opening ever for an Amazon MGM movie. Best ever for Lord and Miller. Second best opening for Ryan Gosling, just behind Barbie. This is the biggest global opening of the year so far for MGM. It is only the fourth non-franchise, non-sequel film to open above $50 million internationally in the post-COVID era. And it pulls in $30 million in IMAX, making it the biggest non-franchise opening weekend in IMAX history. Just tons of records. Does really well. The movie stars really just Ryan Gosling. All you gotta know is Ryan Gosling and Sandra Hüller as Eva Stratt, the general. You may know her from such Oscar films as Anatomy of a Fall, I believe. And what's that other one? Zone of Interest. Yeah, both came out the same year, right? And both got like Oscar.
Both got nominated for Oscars.
Nominated. And there's a couple other people, but really there is your leads. But I got to mention the other creative talent on this movie. You have cinematographer Greg Fraser shooting the movie. He shot The Dunes for Villeneuve. He shot The Batman for Matt Reeves. He shot Rogue One, The Creator, for Gareth Evans. Amazingly shot movies. You got music by Daniel Pemberton, who did the music for the Spider-Verse movies, for Eddington, and he's also going to be doing the music for Masters of the Universe and the drama, the movie we just mentioned. This movie is rated PG-13, and it's kind of long at 2 hours and 36 minutes. Anthony, what happens in Project Hail Mary?
Project Hail Mary is about this teacher/scientist played by Ryan Gosling named Rylan Grace, who wakes up suddenly from being in a medically induced coma in space and doesn't know why he's there. Slowly, his memories start to come back to him, and he realizes he's out there because he has to save the world. And along the way, he encounters a rock buddy that also has a similar mission.
Yeah, they got two worlds to save. All right. What was your expectations going in? How did you feel when it ended?
Who you asking?
You.
Me. Okay. My expectations were high going in because I'd seen the Letterboxd scores.
Yeah.
I'd seen the Letterboxd scores. I'd seen some of the trailers. A lot of people had this as an early contender already for Oscars. So my expectations were high. And they were met.
Oh.
I had a great time in the movie theater. I thought this was a really enjoyable experience. It's a type of movie that, you get to feel a wide range of emotions. You get to feel like the awe and wonder of them being in space and some of the beautiful shots that they have. You get to be on the edge of your seat at times. You get to laugh. It's a very comedic movie. I listened to an interview with Lord and Miller on The Big Picture, and they said they always like to lean 51% positive in their movies.
Oh.
And you definitely have that sense of positivity.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also, feel things for the relationship between Grace and Rocky. The movie's about a friendship, right?
Yeah.
It's a space save the world type movie, but it's also more about a friendship, and it's a procedural science movie, and it's about like the power of this friendship and what it can do to like inspire someone that doesn't believe in himself to finally figure out his purpose in life. So yeah, it's a whole wide range of emotions, and you can go through this movie and feel a bunch of different things and come out of it and be like, damn, I went on a roller coaster there through that movie. So
Yeah.
Opening thoughts. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I had a great time at the movie theaters. I was fully locked in for the entire movie and did not disappoint.
Nice. Rugs, expectations, theater experience, opening thoughts.
Oh, don't even talk about the theater experience.
You're gonna kill the review if you talk about his theater experience.
Yeah, just don't ever sit next to some Gen Alpha schmuck.
Did you say anything?
Yes. I was like, again, the phone?
Oh, shit.
I'm like, are you serious? And he didn't say anything to me.
Did it work?
No. So he's beyond saving. It's not just him. It was the whole gaggle of teenage boys. They're the boys too.
Yeah,
they're on their phone. I mean, it's crazy, inconceivable. All right, so let's not talk about the experience. Now, my expectations going in, I had seen multiple streamers, multiple YouTubers, reviewers just go crazy for these. I never listened to the reviews. I just saw that they were very positive. And so I was expecting this movie to be good. And I was happy when the movie was actually good. I like this movie a lot. I think it's one of the best movies I've seen this year. And it's probably going to be one of the better ones that I've seen this year. I know that right out the gate.
Wow.
The subject matter is right up my alley. I love space sci-fi stuff. I love, the impossible mission, trying to do something that no one's done before. All that stuff. All that stuff was all in my bag. Did I think it was a perfect film? No. But I think it was a great time at the theater. A little bit longer than it needed to be, but I still enjoyed it very much.
Imran, what'd you think?
Well,
as you take a hit of your fucking vape, I can hear you.
Wait, hold on. Let me do that. Well, listener, no, I fucking had a great time. This is a thoroughly entertaining, epic sci-fi buddy space adventure. I saw it in IMAX and it was fucking stunning. I really want to see it in the 70 millimeter IMAX, but there is not one of those in the Chicagoland area. They're working on one in Woodbridge in time for the Odyssey, and I find it's kind of crazy. But the regular IMAX was fucking gorgeous, visually stunning. I love the use of, you could tell the sets are very practical. The spaceship, the outside, the Rocky, it seems very tactile, the puppeteering. The fact that they make you fall in love with this faceless rock that's it's like an end table. It's like a table coming to life with 5 limbs is quite an achievement. And I fucking loved Rocky. Like, he's just the most adorable thing. It reminded me a little bit of The Martian in the sense of it's a guy stuck in space, got to figure shit out.
Same writer,
same adapter. But you had a little Interstellar in there. It reminded me a little bit of E.T., a little bit of Arrival. I just think
Castaway.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Castaway. In fact, this is a movie that if you made this in the 90s, this would have been Tom Hanks. And I think the Gauze pulls off something similar, close to a Tom Hanks level performance. He's very good. He's pretty much just proving he can carry a movie as a lead. He's likable. He's funny. He's vulnerable, but he's got a range of emotions.
Well, he's proven he can carry movies as a lead for a while.
The Fall Guy underperformed, and this one does huge, but different timing.
Right.
But his chemistry with Rocky and, that the Lord and Miller kind of sensibility of leaning into humor, maybe a little bit too much sometimes, but it's kind of like a live action Pixar movie, if you think about it that way. The space shots were stunning, and it's refreshing. The hopefulness, the optimism. This is an alien movie where space isn't really scary. The alien is friendly, and the humans don't cause the end of the planet for once. It's not our fault. And you're rooting for everybody, and everybody gets saved, and it's kind of like a happy ending at the end of this movie, and it's an old school hero's journey, and you're along for the ride the whole time. And it is a little too long, but I thought most of it I was engaged, I was locked in the whole time. So yeah, fucking pretty great experience, great movie.
Did you know that there was no ever a green screen in the movie?
Yeah, I saw that article about they didn't use any green screen shots.
No green screen, and then that Rocky was a actual puppet.
Yes, probably embellished with a little bit of VFX when needed, when he's free.
That doesn't mean people are like, oh, so there was no VFX. That doesn't mean there wasn't any VFX.
There was on top of practical, which is the best way to do it because it feels real. I think there was like 5 puppeteers controlling Rocky.
I was listening to Lord and Miller, and they were saying when they had to build Rocky, they were like, this was going to be really tough because they have to raise everything to put the puppeteers underneath.
Yep.
And then they were like, and he's this inanimate rock with no eyes.
Yep.
So that's another thing.
Yep.
And also he's behind glass. Yeah. So every time we shoot a shot, we got to take ourselves out of the shot.
Oh, that's right. There's reflections. It's obscured a little bit.
Right. So they were like, this was a tough task, but they were like, that's what made it exciting to do it.
So like the choreography, the physical motions of Rocky along with the voice is what's selling the character, and they fucking nailed it. Like it's adorable. The thumbs down and them mimicking the dancing.
Fist my bump.
Fist my bump is fist me is hilarious. Fist my bump.
Amaze.
It's time go. Just
time go.
Yeah, he's almost like Balky from Perfect Strangers, like just messing up idioms, but just so adorable. I even love where it was like Meryl Streep for a second. That was actually her recording that. But he's like, Meryl Streep, she can do anything. But the voice they land on is great. That whole when they get it takes a while for us to get to Rocky, but when they get to him,
it's like about 50 minutes.
Almost good hour. Yeah. But when they get to him, it's so much fun. Now, the structure of the story is you start with him waking up in the space station, not knowing who he is. He's got to figure it out. And then we are interspersed with flashbacks as this mission goes along, filling us in on how he ended up there. Did that slow the movie down for anybody for you? I thought it worked.
Yeah,
well.
I didn't like it sometimes.
No?
I think that once you get kind of into the meat of the story, and the movie's going at a good pace, then they just kind of stick a flashback in it and it kills the momentum. So I feel like they could have been a little bit more strategic with those.
Was one part?
I agree that I think the flashbacks, I didn't mind them as much.
Yeah.
Apparently in the book, the flashbacks are more like they are what they call flashbacks, but it's more woven into like it's certain moments of when he's doing things. It's reminding him of things he's done in his past. Oh. It's like jarring his memory of like, oh yeah, I remember doing this exact thing or something like that.
Yeah.
So I thought the flashbacks were okay. I did enjoy though the one flashback where they're on like the boat.
Yeah.
And Sandra Hüller, whose character this whole time has been like this like stern, serious European.
Yeah.
And then she gets up there and she does karaoke. And for whatever reason, I was like, this is really cute. Like, this is really charming. And the immediate thing I thought was like, one, that's a really good reveal of like her character.
Yeah.
But 2, I looked at Ryan Gosling. I'm like, I like that fucking cardigan he's wearing. I want to buy that.
He had a lot of fun shirts. He had another one that he wore that I was like, oh, that's a fun shirt. But yeah, the Sign of the Times karaoke scene is fantastic. And like the words of the songs also really fit what they're going through, what everybody's going through.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how she just sang one verse and she's like, okay, that's enough. And then just fucking walked off.
Was like one moment where she could like that character could let go for a little bit and not be serious. And then she realizes she's, letting a little too much out. And she's like, okay, I gotta stop. But
yeah, she kind of warms up a little bit. But when she's kind of emotionless and just, no nonsense the rest of the time.
I think it was too much to start feeling in that moment because of the gravity of what was about to happen. Like these people are going and not coming back. And that's the last hope. It's like, that's the end of all the hope right there. Like they're going to be gone and we have no control over what happens to us after this.
We don't know. Yeah.
And so it is like her singing this song, the lyrics, maybe she didn't even realize that the lyrics are going to be so poignant.
Right.
And she started to feel something and then she stops.
Yeah.
While we're, I just want to get this out of my system because we're kind of on the, like, we mentioned the flashbacks and things that might not have worked. I will say that the movie probably a little too long.
Mm-hmm.
My main criticism is I feel like the movie doesn't know exactly, and maybe this is because of the book. So I've never read the book. I don't feel like the movie knew how to completely land the plane smoothly. And I say that because I felt like there were 3 endings in the movie.
Yeah. As it was going. Yes.
The part where, they finally get the stuff they need from that planet, Talmiba.
They part ways.
I'm like, okay, this could be the end.
Right.
And then when he realizes, he's like, oh, Rocky's going to die.
Right.
I need to go save him.
And he does.
That could be the end.
That could be the end. And then, because I was like, where's this going? How does this whole time I was like, how does this end? Where are they going?
And then it ends with him on the planet and then, kind of him deciding that he wants to live on the planet.
Yeah.
And I went, okay, that's really nice. But I also was like, this is almost a little too tidy. Like, it maybe could have just ended in the second ending. I don't know. I just felt like they didn't know. It felt like 3 different endings.
So apparently this is very faithful to the book. And the book does exactly that. The only thing difference I noticed when I checked out the book is like the sense of how much time is passing in this movie is weird. You're not really sure. In the book, it's explained he was on Iridia for 16 years, teaching the kids there. And then he finds out that his son is okay and he can go back home. And he's like, yeah, I'll think about it, and teaches the class.
What'd you think of the ending, Ruggs?
Well, I thought it was a little bit, I would have liked to know what the fuck happens. I really was like, okay, he's going to stay on this island. Where is he? I don't even know where he was. I was like, I didn't. Is he on Iridia? He's on
Iridia. He's on Rocky's planet. They built him a little biodome for him to survive.
Right.
And
so I didn't get that at all.
But also they show you the probes make it to Earth. Earth is saved. Iridia is saved. Everybody is saved.
Because according to Rocky's biology, like there's no light where he comes from, or he doesn't perceive light, or something like that.
Well, they don't have any eyes, so they use echolocation to see things.
Right. So I was just like, oh, this world doesn't seem like the place that he would be from. So that's why I was like, oh, where the hell is he? It didn't seem like.
What else was confusing about that ending was not that I needed the movie to be any longer, but they did a very thorough job explaining the science, but making it so that it's not dumb enough where it's like you're like, this is 3rd grade science, but not like over your head enough where you're like, okay, this is just gobbledygook.
Yep.
But when he has to go save Rocky, which I also was like, this is great. Like, I love that. Then he's
the choice he has to make, right? Either return to Earth or save Rocky and possibly never make it back.
But the thing is I think he was like, I'd have to rewatch the movie, but I'm pretty sure he was like, I'm going to go see Rocky because I don't want him to die alone. Because he basically said the Talmiba was like eating away through the xenon.
Yes.
And the ship is made out of xenon.
Yes.
So I thought when he went and saved Rocky, or went and saw Rocky, he was like, I want to watch you sleep or whatever.
Right.
Well, he didn't say that, but he wants to be with him in his last moments.
Yeah.
I thought like they were going to end it where it's like, oh, they die together. And then all of a sudden you cut and they're at the planet. I'm like, wait a minute. How did they solve that? I would have like been like, it seemed like to me there was something missing there where they could have just
absolutely
solve that.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
Yeah, because he fixes the problem on his ship, and then he realizes, oh shit, Rocky's whole ship is made of this stuff.
Right, and then he can't.
I need to tell him.
He's going to secretly die. Yeah,
yeah. So it takes him like 56 days to catch up, and so I guess he told him, and then they just secure it so it doesn't. Yeah, but even before that, right? The way after they get the not the astrophage, the shit when they go fishing. The shit that eats the astrophage.
Talmiba.
The Talmiba that he calls, and the ship goes out of control. And
Talmiba off of planet Adrian.
Off of
That's the only part that I didn't like of the whole movie.
What? Where the ship goes out of control?
Yeah, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, so they're going fishing.
Yeah.
And why do they need to have him go out and they could just pull away from the planet?
I mean, they could just send that thing in and pull it back up.
They could have just pulled the whole ship away from the planet until they were out of the atmosphere, and then they could have just
and reeled it in.
Yeah,
yeah.
They didn't need him to go outside and do all that. I think that was.
Was that the part you were saying in your review, plugging Patreon? Was that the part where you were like, they wrote this way and it didn't make sense?
Yeah, that, and also the whole thing where they throws it like a football to the thing.
Oh,
like,
when they first meet,
why would they throw it to him like that?
What, when he's
so
throwing
stupid.
the capsules?
They literally have a thing to like go up to they sculpt something that go up to the ship. They could have like just dropped it off or whatever.
Wait, what are you talking about? In the beginning?
In the beginning, when he's throwing the message across
when
the
he
ship.
first meets the ship, which is hilarious because it's following him. No, but Rocky needed him to engage the centrifuge. He was throwing messages over, which is kind of funny. He's like righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
Why would you just lob him into space? Like,
and hope
how
that
does
he
he know
catches him?
that he can get out of the ship and like spacewalk to catch this shit? Like,
that was the first time, and he's like, nope. But then he fucking goes out there and catches it. I don't know. He's got to communicate with him, start spinning so I can fucking connect this ship and get over there.
Well, I'm just saying that was weird.
But then, look, the way they built their relationship, the moment where Grace gets knocked out and Rocky sacrifices himself, leaves his little bubble to save him. I thought Rocky was
great. That was
great.
He was
dead.
I thought he was dead as well.
I thought he was dead there. And then he's like...
Well, even before that, where he says to him, oh, like, you're going to die? Like,
yeah,
I'll give you some. And
yes,
it'll delay my time to get home, but you can get home. And he's like... then Grace is all like, oh, like, I'm cool with my fate to die, basically. And then he gets that message. He just breaks down. He's like, I was just totally making that up. Like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That moment. And then when Rocky gets out, risks his life to save him. Both of those moments, I was like, oh man, this is really hitting the feels.
And then when Rocky's recovering and Grace is like, I'll watch you sleep, buddy. Don't worry. And I was like, oh my God. Like, it just, it did. I'm worried about Rocky.
Well, I think
I want him to die.
I think the best acting is when they finally figure out the solution, and he sees it works, and you see the look on Ryan Gosling's face go from like, oh shit, to like this kind of like super serious, and he starts to almost cry from like of joy that he figured it out.
Yeah,
that was really good acting. Like,
I think overall, Ryan, like the Ryan Gosling, I mean, for most of the movie, has to play off, a puppet.
Yeah.
Or even in the beginning, he's just playing off himself.
Yeah.
So I thought he did a really good job in the movie. It has the Martian sensibility too, where it's kind of goofy and it's like they're doing science type shit. But I thought I like this one better than The Martian.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's interesting. I like them both for different things.
No, I'd say that they're pretty much tied for me.
Yeah, it's very close. I feel like The Martian may be a little bit better, but
no way.
No.
I don't think so. I think the because of the fact that he gets to play off of Rocky.
Right.
I think the Rocky part of it makes more.
I'll tell you what the reason why I say this, because I feel like overall the tone of this movie, it's uneven and it goes into the cute side too much.
Was it too jokey at times?
And you even said it felt like a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
So I never felt like anybody was in real danger. I always know that they were going to figure it out at the end of the movie. I never really felt like he was he could die.
No, but yeah, there's like,
But-
yeah.
I never really felt like he was going to. And in The Martian, I didn't think he was going to die, but I really thought like there is no way he's going to get home. There's no
Right.
fucking way.
Right.
There's no way this is going to work. And it shows you all the ingenuity that you can and all that stuff, and how all these people have to like make it happen. So it was kind of like a more of an ensemble thing.
Yeah.
But they're both very good. They're both very good. It's kind of a feather in this guy's cap, whoever wrote these two books, to do
Peter Weir.
make
Andy
two
Weir.
things that translate to movies so well.
What's his name?
Andy Weir.
Andy Weir. Yeah. And then Drew Goddard is the one that has adapted
Adapts
both of these.
of them.
Yeah, so he's doing really well too. So
I mean,
that's great.
I feel like this is Lord and Miller's most ambitious and possibly best picture, and possibly Gosling's best movie.
Yeah.
Also best
I
performance.
think they did some great cinematography stuff.
Yes.
I think in the beginning, especially when he's disoriented and he's going on around the ship,
he's
and
spinning in zero gravity is funny.
yeah, there's all this kind of disorienting shots, and there's a lot of good cinematography going on. So I feel like if they could shake off a little bit of that cuteness,
right.
they could actually make good movies.
It would be like almost really
I mean,
perfect.
those shots when they're like when he's out and it's like green all over
the green planet,
pink.
and then when they
Yeah.
switch to the infrared red dots to show the
Right.
astrophysics, fucking beautiful,
Yeah.
fucking stunning visuals. The infrared.
Well, they also
scene.
mentioned in that interview that when they built the spaceships, first off, they were like, we built that entire spaceship.
Yeah.
It was all practical stuff.
Yeah.
They said because they were doing this like thing with the gravity, they had to account for the spaceship being like normal, like right up and down,
and then sideways,
and then sideways up
Yeah.
in, and how that interacts
where
too.
stuff's on the wall for the zero
Right.
gravity kind of
Right.
shot, and it
So
like
they had to build it. They had to, they had that. The set building was also.
it looks
very key
great.
for
It
this.
looks great. It looks real, and it feels very tactile.
It feels what I like about the movie. I mean, there's many things I like, many things, but what I like a lot about the movie is, even though I love Marvel,
Yeah.
it feels like you see the money, and you see that they've like used it well.
Yeah.
Whereas like, a lot of the Marvel movies, when you go look at He-Man, that
Yeah.
trailer, you look at that
Yeah.
Moana trailer, which we
Yeah.
didn't talk about.
Oh yeah.
Like you're like, this money just went to these like shots where it looks like basically AI background.
It's
like
all
it doesn't
computer.
look good.
Yeah, lots of computer effects, lots of CGI. Right. Yes. I
This
agree.
is like big budget filmmaking.
Yes.
like used right.
I mean, it's a kind of throwback, old school, just like practical sets, man. Just fucking build some sets.
There is something the human eye can pick up
Yeah.
when it's real, when it feels real.
It still makes
The
a
knobs
difference.
and the buttons and the
Mhm.
lights, and they all, think about it. Like you light a room a certain way, things are bouncing off, all lights bouncing off different things. You have illuminated keys and you can't really replicate it with CG without at least someone being able to tell.
Right.
Right? There's always going to be something a little bit off about it. So when you have that reality, it really helps the film feel more real.
How about when we saw Rocky, how he eats? That was kind of funny because he was giving Grace shit for eating, and then he just shoves stuff in the bottom of his hole. That was hilarious. I thought a lot of the humor did work. Like the people were, it was a packed theater. I saw it in, and people were laughing. And Ryan Gosling
checking their phones the whole time.
not mine. Mine had fucking adults who know what to do.
Yeah, my theory was I was in the Alamo, and they have the new ordering system where you order on your phones.
How
And
did that go?
I didn't notice it at all.
Oh,
I didn't notice it at all. And people were locked in. No one was talking. I mean, it was a good crowd for the movie.
Yeah.
There were people sniffling during certain moments of the movie and laughing. It's one of, it's it's one of those movies that just can hit a lot of different emotions.
Range of emotions. I mean, I feel like they almost made like a 4-quadrant movie. Like this thing, it's got good word of mouth. It could have legs.
Yeah, you could. I mean, this is the type of movie where it's not that challenging. You could show it.
Kid will get bored watching this.
Who? Did you say a kid?
Yeah, a kid will get bored watching.
Probably not. I don't know if a kid would. I think a kid would latch on in the halfway point when Rocky gets there.
Yeah.
I'd say that first hour is a little probably tougher for a kid to get into.
I think if you're like 11 to 13 and you're really into space and science fiction, like you're gonna love this movie.
I don't think kids can wrap their heads around like flashbacks though.
No, It's not that hard. What's the problem? This is how we got here. I mean, and also the revelation that like he was forced to go was also kind of crazy. That
was kind of dark, right?
Yeah, like
well, the thing is, it jumps into different times and moments. It goes back and forth, right? So
yeah, I mean, there's only really 2 or 3 big flashback kind of segments. Did you find?
You know what the guy I really liked besides we talk about the flashbacks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the guy that he goes shopping with.
That guy was great.
That guy was Carl. What's his name? Carl.
I liked that. I wish that guy was like more in it towards the end.
when they finally take him down and they're forcing him to get on the fucking thing.
Carl's there.
He's like, I believe in you.
Yeah.
Do your thing, man.
It's like, okay. Yeah, I mean, I love how like all the experiments in the beginning where he figures out that the astrophage is attracted to infrared light and carbon dioxide, and those are great scenes, like showing how smart he is.
Yeah, this movie I think is really trying to go for it in terms of there are a shit ton of space movies out there.
Yeah,
but let's be honest. We can name rattle off a bunch of space movies. You can only really rattle off, I would say, probably less than 10 good space movies.
Sure, like epic,
like good one. Like I'm talking about like Aliens,
right?
You got your Star Wars, you got your Interstellar,
Arrivals, yeah,
Martian, but like
Contact.
other than those,
Contact.
There's not very like. I think this movie already you can say is up there with like all the good space movies.
So I was gonna ask, is this just a good movie, or this is gonna be like a generational sci-fi classic? And I feel like it might be the second. It might be the latter.
I mean, it could be. I mean, the reviews are amazing for it.
Yeah, well, everybody fucking loves it, and it is solid. There's some fun needle drops. I like the Beatles using 2 of us at the end there. Like, that's kind of fun.
I put that, I made a list. I went full Bill Simmons on this.
Oh shit.
And I made a list of friendships between, let's go with alien / machine and human.
Yes. Where they're friendly.
Where the friendship defines the movie.
Okay.
So you got Elliot and E.T.
Yes, number 1.
Han Solo and Chewie.
Okay.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch.
Okay.
Groot and the Guardians. And this one's a little two kind of machine ones. The kid and Iron Giant.
Yeah.
John Connor and T-800. And then this one.
Well, you got to put in Short Circuit from the 80s.
That's true.
I
don't know what that is.
That is a classic robot man buddy story.
Does anyone talk about that other than you?
Yo, people
I'd say that's a classic.
Okay, it's a fucking Short Circuit. Fisher Stevens playing a Pakistani dude.
There's a lot of those.
A white guy playing a Pakistani dude. It's a robot. Come on.
You could also throw in, if you want to do the Arrival. What's her name? Amy Adams' character, Louise Banks, and the Heptads.
I mean, there's a similar like language thing. I love how he figures out how he talks and gets them to talk. But this is up there. I mean, this is up there.
Definitely up there.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon. That's on the alien.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess if you want to throw in like animals too. If I left out the animals, I guess dragons aren't really real animals. I left out the animals because then you can go crazy with like dog and human relationships.
There aren't
the whole thing.
There aren't a lot of space movies though where the aliens are like friendly and not scary and not. I mean,
horror. The E.T. is the big one. E.T. and Chewie are the big ones.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I mean, this immediately goes up with those, in my opinion, where it's like, oh yeah, Rocky and Grace.
Oscar potential for what, Anthony? Best Picture?
Yeah, I think so. Every year there's usually a movie that comes out in the spring or summer, if not a couple.
Yeah.
That get Oscar nominated. So last year was Sinners was in April.
Yeah.
F1 was June. One Battle was August. A couple years ago, Everything Everywhere All at Once was nominated. And then when that one came out in March. So
yeah, this is
every year there are movies that come out early. Dune Part 2 was a March release.
Oh yeah.
So there's always movies that come out early that get nominated. And I think this one has a really strong shot. Now it needed to do well financially.
Yep.
And it has already.
Yep.
So yeah, I think this is definitely. I would say right now, it's hard to say just because it's so early, but I would predict this right now to make Best Picture.
Yeah,
it will for sure be Best Visual Effects.
Yep.
Nominated.
Yep.
Probably Best Production Design.
Yeah, I see that.
Maybe cinematography.
Yeah, yeah. Greg
Score.
Fraser. Yeah,
the score is amazing. The music I thought was awesome in this.
Yeah.
And there's outside shot of adapted screenplay and even Best Actor.
I feel like Best
Director, but it's so early for those. Like those three that I not mentioned: adapted screenplay, director, and actor. It's hard to know what's going to come out.
I mean, Best Actor. I feel like I can see that.
But yeah, I think Best Picture is, I wouldn't say a lock, but I think it has a really strong shot. And then those are below what they call below the line.
Yeah,
those
the technical awards, definitely cinematography, production, visual effects.
I hope sound. I hope not like sound, but also score. That's
sound was great.
The score was great.
Both were great. Yeah.
It's just those are all good.
It's a really well-made movie.
I mean, this guy's carrying the whole entire movie.
He's carrying the whole movie like Tom Hanks and fucking Castaway.
Yeah.
Only he's got a rock instead of.
You could throw Tom Hanks and Wilson on that list if you really wanted to.
It's because it's similar.
Right.
And I feel like this is kind of a very Tom Hanks.
What about Flight of the Navigator?
Oh, that's a great one from Disney's 80s that no one talks about anymore. I fucking love Flight of the Navigator. It's a great movie.
What do you think, Rungs? Do you think this will be remembered as an all-timer space movie or buddy?
Hard to know
movie?
Because I think that what's keeping it from being an all-timer classic is its length.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, I love Interstellar, but I got to make an appointment with that movie. I got to be like, okay, let me set aside whatever I'm doing to watch this film. It's not something that you could just, hey, I'm just going to throw this on and watch it like Rocky or something where it's like 2 hours and you're done. So I think that its length is the only thing that really is the drawback, and it may be like inaccessible to like kids. So I think they're going to have to be like a little bit more old before they can get into this movie. So that's like, that's when you know when something's a classic, like as far as like a 4-quadrant classic is when anybody can watch it and enjoy it. Yeah. I think E.T. does that very well. You could be any age and watch E.T. and Iron Giant, the same thing. So it's not, I don't think it'll ever be on that level, but I think it'll be on like when you start, if you're watching movies, it's definitely going to be on one of the movies you have to watch.
Look, there's Spielbergian DNA in this.
Yeah.
Rocky, almost as cute as Baby Grogu. He's fucking hot right now. There's Rocky plush dolls. Everybody loves fucking Rocky. There are scenes that don't advance the plot, like the karaoke scene, but I love those scenes. They enrich the character, and I think it works really well.
Oh, man. I mean, it's fuck the Rocky. I forgot to mention, I mean, not only you got the thumbs down, but when they hug, Jesus Christ, they
my God.
The hugging the most times. I'm like, oh my goodness,
the hugging through the suits and stuff.
Yeah.
What's so funny was people were posting on like internet and on TV. They're like 2 thumbs down. This is a great movie, and everybody was like really confused.
I did that. I posted. I don't know if you saw I posted 3 thumbs down and then great movie, and I had people messaging me like,
what?
What are you talking about?
Yes, like you'll get
go
it.
See the movie and you'll understand.
Yeah.
I liked when the other cute scene I liked was when he's like when they're about to depart each other for the first time.
Yeah.
And he goes, I just want to see your ship, and he builds him this suit to go see the ship.
That's right. This
of the
clunky suit. That's his ship was cool too. That was cool seeing that.
Yeah, and he can like make anything out of his hands with this fucking xenon.
Yeah, and I love the idea of this Xenonite where xenon is a gas and on his planet, xenon is a solid. Like, that's fun.
You didn't find that it was weird that they're completely different scientifically, like as far as their knowledge of science and what they like. He doesn't know what radiation is. He doesn't know.
Rocky's a mechanic and Grace is a microbiologist or something.
Well, just in general, like he's like, well, these Iridians don't know anything about radiation. They don't know anything about light.
Right.
They don't see stars. They don't perceive any of that stuff.
Well, they got no eyes. How are they going to see fucking shit?
Right. So they only see things through sound and vibration, and everything that they do seem to be like based on chemistry.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
And how like it's like science blindness. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to weird thing to bring up. And then you're like, well, how if they're so science blind, how do
How
they
build ships?
Yeah, how do they
get out there?
Interstellar travel?
Yeah.
So that I couldn't even wrap my head around at all. Maybe if I read the book, I would get it more, but like I was just like trying to wrap my head around that. I'm like, whoa, how the fuck do they do this thing?
It's tricky to like when you want to add the science without losing people. It's a very thin line to walk, but I think they do it. I like how astrophage also can be used as fuel. Very convenient. You know, it's killing the sun, but also
I think they both did the same exact thing. They both humans and Iridians found out how to make that into fuel.
Yep,
And that's what enabled them to make this journey.
Yeah, because he uses it as fuel as well. I like how it's Project Hail Mary full of grace. Doesn't he say that at one point where he's like, oh, I get it. Project Hail Mary full of grace.
I guess, yeah.
But yeah, that whole thing. Yeah, just fucking fantastic. All right, let's run it through the Grillo meter. Better or worse with Frank Grillo, Rugs?
If Frank Grillo was the voice of Rocky, wouldn't it be great?
That could work. I could see that. I could see him he could be Grace, maybe.
Either that or you could have been the guy who helped him shop. But I think that guy's the best. That guy's the GOAT. You can't get
Frank Grillo as Rocky, I think would be hilarious.
Yeah, I think he could do it.
Vastly improve the movie. Yeah.
Listen, I love that Ruggs loves Frank Grillo. I will say I don't know that Frank Grillo belongs.
No space for the Grillo. Okay, right? You know, not every movie
might be a little too rough around the edges for this type of movie.
He could play Sandra Hüller's character. No, I'm saying Sign of the Times. He could do the karaoke. Can you imagine?
Well, he could be the government asshole.
He could be a government asshole. That's what she was.
Were they hinting that they had some sort of like sexual tension there?
I didn't pick
I
up
hope
on
not.
that. I did not pick up on that.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been in space a long time.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
What's his name? I did. Oh, the other part that I liked was when Grace is revealing that he had a girl, but she's someone else, and the Rocky immediately was like, "I hate him."
And then he goes, and then she left for Mark, and then Rocky goes, "Rocky hate Mark." Apparently, that was like an ad lib line, and they cracked everyone up, and they added it in there. I mean, I even love when he's like, "I put the knot in astronaut. I can't even moonwalk." He's just fucking, it's just incapable. But yeah, no, he's good. It's good. It's gonna be a classic, sci-fi classic. And I would recommend see it in IMAX if you can.
It's very rare we all like a movie, isn't it?
Right? Fucking
well,
stunning.
I mean, it's tough to get you to be on board with us both liking a movie. Imran usually likes everything, so no.
Yeah, but it's rare. But he's right. It's rare. With that being said, Anthony, final thoughts. Give me a score.
Yeah, I had a great time at the theater. I felt a wide range of emotions. I wouldn't say I was crying throughout the movie because that's not the case. But yeah, I mean that you got to have that friendship between these two and the sacrifices they make and the bond. I mean, you got to have a really black heart to not
be a monster.
Feel that. I think Ruggs said it well, like in his post review right out of the theater. I don't know that there's many people that would walk out of this movie and not like it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a very well made movie that hits a lot of emotions. Initially, I walked out, I was like, this is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Then I took a step back. I don't have it as a 10 out of 10. I think it will be up there with like all of those classic space movies. And I think the friendship between Rocky and Grace, people will talk about that. Just with how creative Rocky was too.
Yeah.
So I think my only issue with the movie really is I think the endings. I think it has multiple endings and it doesn't figure out which ending is the best. But that said, I still liked it a lot. I have it as my favorite movie of the year so far, and I have it as a 9 out of 10.
Damn,
I fucking loved it.
Nice. Ruggs, what are you gonna do?
I really like this film. It's not perfect. It's a little too cute, and didn't like some of the way things panned out, especially when they had to do the fishing thing and then he had to go outside of the ship. I felt like that was all unnecessary. They did it just to create another moment.
But it was exciting.
Yeah, it was exciting, but I mean, did it need to happen? No, absolutely not, if you think about it. So with those little things and the ending we were talking about, it's kind of like abrupt and you don't really feel like I really get it. Just was over. And so that was that. But 8.5, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, that ending's from the book, and to their credit, I feel like they were
I feel like the transition to the ending was a little weird.
Very faithful to the book. It was kind of like, how's this going to end? Where's it going? Keeps going.
Like, where are we? What are we doing? What's happening? It's over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I got that. Look, the end was everybody is saved, and he's just going to hang out, and he's not in any rush to get home. He doesn't know the Earth is saved, which is interesting because I think in the book he kind of figures that out. But I had a great time, man. Stunning in IMAX all around. Just a really beautifully well-crafted movie. I'm at a 9. I'm good with giving this a 9. And yeah, it's like Sinners last year. I'm going to be thinking about this for the rest of the year. I wanted to watch it again, like right away. If I wasn't so busy, I would have watched it again before this review.
I feel like people could give it a 10 and I wouldn't be mad at them.
Yeah,
Wow.
Absolutely. It is like that kind of movie. So yeah, check it out. The biggest screen you can.